Alright, welcome back BS gang to the channel. If you are new, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. So let's go ahead and let's just get into it. These are what I consider to probably be the top 5 units of Grand Cross. Originally I was going to make it like best 3 units, but I think honestly these 5 are pretty much the best units in the game currently. And what I mean by that is if you manage to pull any of these units, right, you just made your account, right, you managed to pull either of these units, these two from Fest King banner, this unit from that's the race draw ticket, right, Green Gother or Sario, you pulled them all, or you pulled all 5 of them, or you pulled like even one of them, I think you'll be set. Obviously you're gonna want all 5 of them, but I do think these are the top 5 units. I think if you have all of these units, or even like just like 3 out of 5 of the units, you'll be okay in the game. Obviously, you know, every unit in the game is good to have because there are some units you do need on a team comp, but I think these 5 are pretty much the best units in the game because you have Elizabeth, who's toxic. She's toxic. That's all you gotta know about her. She's very, very toxic. She stuns, barrier, revives. She does the whole 9 yards, right? And then you have Lost Vein. Now, Lost Vein is very, very good for PvE content, PvP content, and just overall, he's a very, very good unit. Also, if he takes a critical hit, all his cards get ranked up. So, very, very good unit there. Ladocio. Like, these 3 are where it becomes a little controversial. I think we can agree these 2 are at least like top 5, even if they're not your number 1 or number 2. I believe these 2 are at least top 5. Now, Sario, Gother, and Ladocio, right? Now, I think you could make a case maybe he's not in top 5, Ladocio, but I think he is. I truly think he is because he's a very, very good unit, right? And by, like, just from him having higher CC than you, he reduces your defense-related stats by 40%, which is very, very good for 3 turns. So, right off the rip, he has an advantage. People build him with HP and defense, so that way they can have CC, right? So that way they can have more CC, which is good, which isn't a bad thing. Because Ladocio is a very, very... is he a whale character? I don't even know if I would say that, really. You don't have to whale out on Ladocio. You don't have to whale out on him. You can be free to play and still have him at a very high CC rate on an HP and defense set. Obviously, if you do go with the attack and defense set, it is going to be a little harder, but I think attack and defense actually does work a little better than HP and defense because of the way his kit is, right? But that's besides the point. He's very, very good. He's very, very good. Even with HP and defense, he's still doing massive damage because of this passive. And then his Grace of Flash makes him immune to basically incapacitation effects for 2 turns. So he becomes immune to incapacitation, and then he can't, like, he literally just can't be stopped. He's an animal. He's a beast. He's like, again, I think he's a top 5 unit. In my opinion, I think he's a little better than these 2. I'm gonna be honest with you. When he's fully built, I honestly think he's a little better than these 2 units right here, and that is strictly because of his utility. Like, if you were to put these 2 up without, like, okay, if you were to put Ladocio up with these 2 without teams, I think Ladocio is much, like, just much better than Lost Vein and Elizabeth in terms of kit. Right? Because he has a card that goes through Goddess Elizabeth's barrier like butter. He has a 600% multiplier on his skill 1 at rank 3, 360 on rank 2, and then at rank 1 it's 240, which is still very strong, by the way. Against Lost Vein, who is red. If Lost Vein was green, easily would be above Ladocio. But in my opinion, I do think Ladocio... Oh, what did I just do? Alright, I messed it up somehow. Ladocio's not here. I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, I really do think that Ladocio is pretty much better than Lost Vein and Elizabeth in terms of, again, in terms of utility. Overall, Lost Vein and Elizabeth are better because one, Lost Vein is Lost Vein. I don't think I need to say any more about that, right? And then Elizabeth's just toxic. She's just toxic with her barrier and her revive, her ultimate, and then her stunning. She's just toxic. But I do think his kit allows him to be better than these two. I do. But I'm gonna stop sucking Ladocio off for a second, right? And I'm gonna actually go ahead and go to Gulther, right? So Gulther, in my opinion, is better than Ladocio. Maybe not. See, that's where it gets hard, man, because like he's green, which is obviously already an advantage over Ladocio. He also has Dissolve, which Ladocio can be affected by. He ranks up, and then his passive. His passive is very, very good. So, I don't know. I feel like you could put Ladocio over Gulther, but I think I'm comfortable with Gulther being number 2. Again, this is just my opinion, but I think these 5 are definitely accurate. But Gulther, I really do think that he probably is number 2 or number 1. People might get on me with that, but I feel like Sario at the moment, I feel like he is number 1, yo. I do feel like Sario is number 1 for global right now. The reason I say that is Sario do be doing damage against Gulther. Like, I have my Sario built, right? He do damage against Gulther. I'm just gonna put that out there. Gulther's resistance, right, is 60% at base. Yo. And then topple on the fact of his costumes, and then I'm just saying. I personally think Sario is number 1, but you could also say that Ladocio could be number 1 because Sario's red, Ladocio's blue, and he just completely destroys. He just completely destroys Sario. Like, there's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. He just destroys him. Now, Sario can do damage against Ladocio. With his Power Strike, he can actually do good damage against Ladocio. However, if Ladocio is with an HP and defense set, Sario probably won't kill him. Unless you get a rank 3 and you run Droll with Sario and he has like 2 resistance buffs, right? He probably won't kill Ladocio. Ladocio also will be able to completely, like, potentially one-shot Sario as well. Any red unit, he pretty much does one-shot if his passive goes off, which is pretty common because Sario's run with attacking crit damage. Even if you run him with HP and crit damage, it's not as much as it would be with HP and defense. So you're looking at 50k with HP and crit damage, maybe 51k with HP and crit. But if he's ran with HP and defense, he's out CCing Sario. I'm sorry. There's literally like, I think his CC is okay, 4,331. I think it's a, okay, no, it's not. He's above him. He's above him, but again, regardless, Sario is red. Sario is red and he is blue. So I guess you could say that he also has a good amount of crit resistance too. So I don't know. And Sario's crit chances, I think right now for me, is at 63%. So this will go up to, I don't know. You could say that Ladocio's number 1. There's just, when it comes to these 3 right now, I honestly, if you guys in the comments would say he's number 1, I wouldn't blame you. But I don't know. I do still feel like Sario, he's either number 1 or number 2. I think Gulther might be number 3. Now that I look at it, I think he might be number 3. People are going to say he's number 1 because of his passive, right? And I completely understand that. He also ranks up, and he also has a Dissolve. I completely get that. I do. But when you throw in Sario, right, if you fight against a Sario and you have Gowther, even with Goddess Elizabeth's Revive, you could still kill him. You really could, because Lostbane gets destroyed. He gets absolutely obliterated, right? Because he has no crit resistance, right? But he has 60, but he's green, so he takes a lot of damage. He has a lot of resistance, which is a bad thing too. He has less CC than Sario, but he's run with HP and defense. It doesn't matter, right? Sario has Sever, which is ×3. It says ×2 on here. I don't know why, but it says it is ×3 crit chance. So he's going to be doing massive damage. Again, people do run... Also, his Grace. If a critical strike occurs when the hero uses a skill, ignores 50% of the enemy's critical defense. So his crit defense is low, and he's ignoring that. He also has type advantage. He also has Sever. He also has this Power Strike, which does more damage based on their resistance. So, again, people are going to say he's number 1 because of his passive and that he increases attack related stats by 7%, which, again, I don't blame you guys for thinking or, saying he's number 1, but I think his time is passing. I think he is number 3. With the 1's arrival, I do think he will go back up to number 1 because Sario gets literally cream pied by the 1. It's not even funny. So I think it goes, I think when the 1 comes out, it'll go Gowther, the 1, then Sario, right? You could even potentially put Ludosia up there, but that's up to you, right? So that's where I stand it. So right now, you know what? This is where I'm standing. I think Sario is number 1 for the time being, at least. So it'll be short-lived, but I think he is number 1 right now. Gowther is number 2, and Ludosia would be number 3. And then obviously these two, right? These two. You could, I mean, of course you could put these two, maybe number 1 and number 2. But if we're looking at it from a realistic standpoint, Lostbane gets absolutely obliterated by Sario and Ludosia. So even at the most, I think he would be 3. So if we had to do it in terms of PvP, this would be it. My bad. This would be it. Maybe this, right? So 1, 2, and 3. That would be it. Maybe you could even put Gowther at number 5, right? But in terms of PvP, or where I'm standing right now, where because I have played PvP a lot, I have a lot of experience with Sario in the week he's been out. So this is where I'm standing because this is just where it's at. These 3 right now in PvP. Obviously, Glue Eaters, right? Glue Eaters, these 3, but the Holy Trinity is where I'm standing, right here. The Holy Trinity. I mean, I guess the Goddess Elizabeth, Meliodas, and Gowther would be the Holy Trinity, but yeah. So this right here is where I'm standing. I think these 3 are the best in the game. Obviously, top 5, but I think these 3 right now are the best in the game. I do, and hopefully you guys don't crucify me in the comments, dear God, but let me know your opinions on what you think is the best unit in the game. Who do you think the best units are in the game, and why do you think that in the comments below? Thank you so much for showing me so much support. I love each and every one of you. With that said, I will go ahead and I will end the video. I will see you all next time.